So today is such an exciting day for the Fluid Finance team, particularly because we get to chat to Alex Vik about the achievements that have happened so far today. So first of all, Alex, a lot of our community are extremely excited for this conversation. As now the chairman of Fluid, I do want to pick your brains a little bit and just ask some of your relationships to do with the company, how you stumbled across this creation, and also what led you to be so interested in the work that we're doing. So first of all, having a look at previous achievements, very interesting man looking into it. Can you give our viewers and community just a little bit of context to yourself?
Well, maybe first I just start with the, how I got so interested in this was that my son and I were working on a similar concept, developing another application on chain. And I was in Monaco and I was playing paddle, which I tried to do as often as possible. And there was a young guy across the net, and after we finished the match, I was like, "Hey, what are you up to?" And he's like, "Well, I'm an intern in this, fintech." Well, what does it do? And then he started telling me, and I said, "Whoa, that's really interesting," because it started to resonate with what I was interested in. And then it became more clear and clearer that this is really something that was very complementary to our project. And then I met Robert and the team, and very quickly we figured out it's much better to join forces and really create something really fast, and that could be really a game changer in the world of crypto and finance for every person in the world. And as far as my own background, I've been an entrepreneur for it's a few years after I got out of college. I started, and I've been doing it ever since, and started innumerable businesses in many different industries. And we've in the last 25 years we've been doing a lot in technology, software and internet, and the last 5-6 years we've been involved in the blockchain and crypto. So it's just a continuum. I'm very excited. It's starting new ideas, new companies. One of the most fun parts of being an entrepreneur.
Absolutely. And I think something that our community really resonate with is you're a particularly interesting man when it comes to your history. Forbes has dubbed you the most interesting man. And for entrepreneurs that have really survived the internet boom and the .com era, then to come and put that knowledge into the blockchain sphere really is invaluable for a lot of us that are in the space, because we know the blockchain era is still so new and still emerging. So what was it about the Fluid Finance business model that was really so interesting to you and made you jump all in?
I would say more than the business model, it was really the ability to put the power or give the power to the people so that every person can control their own finances, send money worldwide, invest in crypto currencies, trade on crypto markets, interest rate, interest income, all kinds of different capabilities, and do it for free, which is an amazing concept. I always, when I was a boy, it's like there was people talk, well, that one day you're going to be able to have digital phone calls. Imagine that. You can see the person you're speaking to them. You thought that would be incredibly expensive, and now WhatsApp or all these things are free and are amazing. And so we really want to take that whole development into the world of finance, where money can be as easily managed as a WhatsApp message or Telegram or anything you do. So that's really where we go. And that really makes me super excited that it's better for the entire world if we succeed, or other companies they'll come up with other applications like this or even better. But this is a real movement to improve finance for every person in the world.
And I really like the phrase movement there, because I think looking into some of the businesses that you do, and you do a lot of businesses in so many different regions around the world, and you're probably able to identify a problem more than most when it comes to different companies trying to either scale internationally or also just trying to do business internationally, send money cross-border as well. So there's all these challenges that might come in the way. And I think you've really identified a problem here to the solution.
Yeah, I mean, the inside national boundaries, the system works pretty well. It's expensive, but it works pretty well. But when it comes to international payments and selling products online in different jurisdictions, it gets very complicated. There's even many companies set up just to manage that. They charge a lot. now hopefully every person will use Fluid, and it will be free. It's just an amazing capability that the technology offers, and that in the whole blockchain 3.0 infrastructure opens up all kinds of possibilities for new applications and new layers that can be constructed on top of it.
So there's the broader mission as well as just the short-term launch today. What you're seeing is a longer-term vision just for really solving this problem here. You mentioned as well that your son was also quite interested in blockchain as well. So was he the person that really got you involved in this ecosystem?
Yes, yeah, he was actually at the very, very beginning of Bitcoin. He came, hey, Papa, you know, this is a really cool new currency, and what do you think? And I was like, oh, currency, you know, it didn't resonate with me at the time. So it took me a few years before I really understood what it was and where it was going. And you know, Bitcoin on its own was just an incredible concept, but it's led to so much innovation and so many new things. And I think it's just beginning. I think the innovations are going to continue to accelerate, as they have in technology in general.
And talk us through some of your previous adventures as well, your previous business ventures, because a lot of the people that are in our cryptocurrency and fluid finance community are so intrigued by you and some of your past endeavors, and they're really excited that you're on board as chairman of the organization. So talk us through some of your kind of wins, as you would say, in the entrepreneur world.
You know, it's everything, you know, like, after Harvard, I worked in investment banking and really got really involved in investing in markets and companies, then to real estate, to founding insurance companies. And this whole period, I was really interested in technology, was investing in, you know, the early software companies. It's like pre-Microsoft, just sort of, you know, after Apple launched and pre-Microsoft, there were very few software companies. In fact, just before then, software was included in the hardware. So there was really little opportunity for software companies. So we've been connected to that the whole time. And when the internet came along, we saw it as an unbelievable platform for our insurance business to really make be a platform that all the people in the insurance chain could work on. So then through that, we first originally started to build an insurance-based, an internet-based insurance business, but it was way too early. It was like, you know, around 2000. And then we invested and built a content distribution network, several software companies. You know, so one we have today is called Protegrity. It's one of the world leaders in fine-grained data protection. So, you know, and we've started several that failed. One was called Illuma, which was basically it was part of accelerating the internet. So it would predictably download all the content that you'd want on your desktop or laptop before you requested it, so that the experience would be incredibly fast. But it failed. You know, we didn't get enough users to really make it viable. But so, you know, you never know which ones are going to succeed or which ones will not. So you just keep on trying, keep coming up with good ideas, give it your best. And some turn out really well and others don't. But it's part of the whole creative process. You know, now I'm in Jose Ignacio, Uruguay, where we built 4 hotels and a restaurant and a, you know, big yoga gym facility, and everything is about art and architecture and design and creation. And same thing with our vineyards in Chile. It's all about creation and starting from scratch. And I enjoy that whole process, the creative process of creating and building new things. You know.
Evidently, and it sounds like from what you were saying, when it comes to data protection, insurance, and also the internet business startups that you've acquired, you have a real knack for being ahead of the curve when it comes to this innovative technology, which I suppose has also led you to where you are today. What kind of things have you learned along the way when it comes to scaling new businesses? Because obviously that's something in which we have very optimistic achievements, especially myself as marketing here, and what challenges might come in the way?
On this, at Fluid, I mean, the one of the big things is really to make, you know, convert banking to code, finance to code, you know, so that it really scales. So you can have a global, and we are launching globally today. So it's, and we hope to get hundreds of millions of users one day. And for that, you know, really the code has to be flawless and has to work without human intervention. And we really want it to be permissionless. We don't want customers have to ask us as a company for permission. They just, use the product, and if you do everything correctly, you're in charge. You're the power. And so that is an important element of scaling a company to become something very big, globally. Because normally you'd have to start up, in one jurisdiction, maybe one city, one town, and then you expand. But here we're really relying on the existing infrastructure that exists, which is worldwide.
And one question that we did have from one community member who was very excited for this interview and has been anticipating it for a while now is they wanted to ask, based on your network, I'm sure your network and your phone contact list is extremely interesting, exciting one alone. You've mentioned to them some of the fluid finance benefits, the business model, and what their reaction has been to this. Sign
me up. How do I get going? I want it. Basic universe. Maybe they're polite, but every single person I've spoken to this, and it's a lot, they are like, wow, you can do that? I said, well, yes, we will. Today we will starting, make it available, and we're planning lots of innovation, lots of additional capabilities in the near future. So it'll be an exciting development. But it's, I think there's a real need around the world for what Fluid is going to offer.
Absolutely. And also from my perspective, just something that's been such a sheer pleasure is having you as chairman, how actively involved you've been with calls, with the discussions with the team. And when we have met with the tech team, speaking to all of them and understanding their thought process and their roadmap as well. So I think it's so refreshing to have someone so heavily involved and also helping be such a big part of this journey. It's really, really exciting. So as any future comments as well, when it comes to moving forward, how do you see the progression of fluid finance on a larger scale?
Well, first of all, I'd say it has been really, really great to work. We have an amazing team. Robert has been great and very flexible. I have all these opinions because I've been working on this for some time, and where we should go, what we should focus on, and we've really come together. I think we've made 1 + 1 be 3. So it's exciting, and so there's no shortage of ideas on what to do, and we have a team to execute, and the team is growing rapidly now as we go and sort of go live, and it's unpredictable to say where it will lead us, but once the platform is built and capabilities are there, it's very exciting. One of the things we're going to offer is a DAO in the near future, where on a permissionless basis, any company in the world can easily connect and follow the protocol and utilize our technology to create mass adoption, further adoption of the type of capabilities that we'll be offering.
I now have to ask you the $1 million question: are we going to see some of your companies sign up as well?
Absolutely. All of them want that, especially the ones who are the same. We're here in Uruguay, sending your money from Uruguay to Switzerland, where Fluid is, sometimes it's not as easy as one would think it is, and vice versa. So there is a real need on the corporate side for international companies to do it, and they're standing in line to do so. And I think it's the demand is going to be very large. Maybe not on the biggest companies in the world, but all of the, so we say, smaller companies, mid-sized companies, who don't have international operations, but everybody, commerce is becoming more and more international, and you can go online and buy products anywhere. But the whole payment mechanism is still expensive and slow.
Absolutely. Well, Alex, thank you so much for joining me on what has been a particularly busy day for the team. Real pleasure to catch up, and I'm sure that our community members really enjoyed it. So thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. A real pleasure. Really looking forward to Fluid going strong.
Thank you so much. I'm now going to pass the mission on to all of you that are watching. Please help us spread the message. Share this video with one member or family or friends that could really use some of this information. If you do have any comments, make sure to share them in the community, and see you all again really soon.